So you've been wanting to start your ambulance business, but you're fearful or perhaps hesitant because you don't know when you're going to get your first patient or even make that initial investment back. If that sounds like you, then what we're going to be talking about in this video is how long it took me to get my first patient, as well as the main factors to help you speed up the process in getting your first patient, as well as making your initial investment back as quickly as possible. So a lot of people are hesitant to start the ambulance business because they think that there's way too many hoops to jump through, there's too many obstacles to get started and to actually start making money. While getting started can seem overwhelming, a lot of times it's mostly inside of your head and you can start to make money really quickly. For example, myself, when I initially started my ambulance company and it became time for me to go out and actually start marketing at facilities, I didn't know too much about what to say or how to present myself, but I quickly created a blueprint for doing so. And once I did that, within the first week, I had my first patient. And then fast forward a month from there, I had a truck full of patients where I was turning down patients because I didn't have any more room or any more vehicles to transport these patients. So you can get to a space where you are getting patients for your ambulance company fairly quickly if you have the right steps and the right blueprint in place. And that brings me into my first point, which is you need to thoroughly understand the startup process. So the reason I was able to get my first patient so quickly is because I had a sister who's been in the industry for years as my mentor, and she was able to not only make sure the entire startup process from getting state inspected, state approved, federally approved to transport patients and get paid, but also I was able to go to her to kind of learn what should I say, how should I say it, where should I go. So when it was time for me to market, I already had a game plan in place, thanks to my sister, thanks to my mentor. So something that I was able to learn from my sister relatively quickly is when I go into a facility, I thought, being a newbie to the space, that I would just go asked to speak to the social worker, because this is traditionally the person who handles patient responsibilities, patient allocation, and anything that pertains to the patient, insurance-wise, transportation-wise. But my sister was able to let me know, yeah, that's oftentimes the case, but many times that's not the case. Many times it can be the charge nurse, which is the head nurse of the facility. It could be an administrator. It could be the receptionist. It could be a manager of the facility. So she told me not to just go in and ask for the social worker, because it may not be the decision maker when it comes to transportation. You want to specifically ask who handles transportation for this clinic or for this facility. So with that information, I was able to go in with the clear knowledge of what to say and who to ask for, and it just made that process so much easier as far as getting my first few patients. So another thing that can definitely help in getting your first few patients and start making money is having the proper business model. So there's a couple of different business models that you can have as an ambulance service. There's a few different services you can offer. A huge mistake is a lot of people, when they're initially coming in, they want to jump at the first opportunity that they get, and they don't have a clear idea of what type of ambulance service that they want to have. So they are doing discharges from a hospital, they're doing discharges from a nursing homes, they're doing dialysis transports, they're doing events. And it's important to know when you're starting off, you want to be focused. You want to focus on one service and make sure you master that and can generate predictable income, and then build out from there. So the last thing is making sure that you have access to the right information. So when you're starting off and you're transporting patients, you want to make sure you're accepting patients into your service who has insurance that pays quicker. Certain insurances have different qualifying factors that can cause you to get a delayed payment of up to 60 days or even more. And while on the other hand, certain insurances have very, very low qualifying factors that just requires a form to be signed and sent back to them, and they can issue payment within 14 days. So when you're starting out, you want to make sure that you can get paid quickly, because obviously you want to be able to generate revenue quickly so you can start funding your business, opposed to accepting a slew of patients who are going to require weeks or months before you can see your first payment. And this is why we encourage anyone who's looking to get started in this business to invest in the right mentor, invest in the right community, so that you can have the right information to be able to grow and scale as efficiently as possible. So how long does it take you to get your first patient? It does vary depending on the person. For me, it took me a week. For others, it can take several weeks, but it definitely depends on the information that you have, the blueprint that you have, and understanding the process. My name is Anthony Powell with Ambulance Academy. If you gain any value from this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you're interested in starting your own ambulance service, please click the link below and let's set up a call, see if we can help you.